Hey everybody, it's Nick. Hope you're well. I just wanted to chat a little bit today about the menopause and the ongoing journey. So I was at my menopause consultant this week. At the minute I go every 4 or 5 months, and the point I want to make is how important it is for women to have ongoing support as they journey through the menopause, because our bodies, they transform and they change, and what that means is our needs change, and what you start off with isn't necessarily what you end up with in terms of your treatment plan. Now, my menopause journey started 3 years ago. I was in a pretty sorry state, there's no two ways about it. Couldn't get off the sofa, couldn't keep my eyes open, just pretty much slept, had no motivation to do anything. I mean, even just making the kids dinner took every ounce of energy and motivation I could muster. I put on so much weight so quickly it was untrue, about 3 stone. Even after I had kids, I pretty much lost my weight without really having to worry about it, because I've always been very sporty and very fit, so just, not something I've ever worried about. And despite the fact that I did a lot of exercise, it just didn't make any difference whatsoever. Lots and lots of things. And when I first visited him, the biggest thing that he wanted to treat immediately was the fact that my insulin was just going mad. I was diagnosed as being insulin resistant. Insulin is our biggest hormone. Insulin, not insolence. It's quite a fraudulent slip, isn't it? It's our biggest hormone. So before he even went near HRT, I had to get on top of the insulin issue. So for the last nearly 3 years, we have been working on getting my insulin under control, getting my estrogen and my testosterone levels up, keeping on top of my B12 and vitamin D and folic acid, as well as a variety of other things. I've changed my diet, I've changed my exercise regime, because I found putting my body under a lot of stress is not necessarily that helpful. Just putting in, because I've got somebody just walking up that needs to get past. So I've changed with the way I exercise. So I'm not doing so much of the hard running and HIIT and all the rest of it, but much more therapeutic and nurturing. Yoga, hadn't realised how hard that was until you really do it properly. Swimming, and wants to come the way I had pulled in, as Sod's Law, and also power walking. Just changed a lot of things, really pay attention to my stress levels. Obviously, really, cortisol's a key thing to keep on top of. And I was with my consultant last week, and what transpires is that my insulin, so I've lost in the past 2 years roughly 3 stone, and that is purely, well, not purely, it's a combination of my treatment plan to get my insulin under control, changing my diet, changing the way I exercise, generally taking better care of myself, and really listening to my body, and at the same time being in touch with somebody, i.e. my consultant, who can really translate what my body's trying to tell me. It's so important. So I've lost 3 stone, and when I went last week, honestly, my brain fog was so bad. I said to him, I'm actually really worried that this is signs of dementia, because these whole sentences are missing. I'm bumping into people, really good friends, and thinking, oh my God, what's their name? There's just some real gaps. And it was really interesting that what we're pretty sure it is, what my consultant's pretty sure it is that as my weight has come down, therefore my insulin levels have come down, and my estrogen has gone up, because we have the right delivery mechanism. I use patches, and the right brand, both of which are equally important. Your body can be sensitive to both things, so it's really important to check that out. The way you're taking it, and also the brand. So there's some brands that just didn't suit me at all. Same with testosterone. There's one brand of testosterone I've just come off, and I'm going on to a new one, because actually it was having absolutely no impact whatsoever. My levels were still really low, which is what the background exhaustion is. So these things really matter. But anyway, brain fog was really bad. Yeah, and it was really worrying me. There's no two ways about it. And what it is that my insulin's come down, weight's come off, my estrogen's gone up, and medication that I've been on was still at a fairly high level. And that medication is to control my insulin. And the problem is it's controlling it a bit too much, because your brain does need sugar. And when it needs sugar, it needs it immediately when you're trying to recall stuff, when you're thinking about things, names, sentences, whatever. And it needs it immediately. And what's happening is I don't have enough, because we effectively control the level in me. And what's happened is, because my insulin's gone down, my estrogen's gone up, and I've lost the weight, we need to actually reduce the level of medication I'm taking to control my insulin. And that is what he believes, and it's very logical, is causing this really bad brain fog. And it's only been 3 days since I've knocked off some of the medication. I've reduced it. I haven't stopped it altogether. I've reduced the levels, and already I'm feeling so much sharper. It's untrue. Gosh, look at my red cheeks. I've just been on my power walk. So yeah, I've got my Garmin watch, and it monitors your intensity levels, and you have to get your heart rate to a certain level in order for it to clock, to monitor them. So obviously I've got to hit my target, otherwise my watch will tell me off. And yeah, I've got really pink cheeks, look, because I've been walking so fast. Anyway, so, and already I can see the difference. But the point of this is, that is a massive turnaround from a treatment plan even 6 to 10 months ago. So it's really dangerous to just see a menopausal woman once, give her a treatment plan, and then, leave her for the next 5 to 10 years, however long it is. It has to be an ongoing and developing relationship where you get to know each other, just like I think it should be with your GP. And you have periodic and frequent intervals where you catch up and you do the analysis of the bloods and you listen to the symptoms and you look at what's going on. And my consultant, he joins the dots, he translates everything I tell him into the biology of what's happening. And that is really important. And so it's not just a matter of a one-off intervention for menopausal women. It is a matter of supporting them through the whole of the journey. And that's a really good example from my journey of why it's so important, because otherwise, if I'd have kept on with the medication I was on, I don't know what I would have done, but it was actually starting to get really, making quite a detrimental impact in my life, having this brain fog. You can see it's still a little bit there. I'm still struggling for some of the words, but my goodness, it's a hell of a lot better than what it was a few days ago. So for anybody on this journey, please keep going. Please reach out for help. Please keep banging on doors until you get it, and keep going back again and again and again. Lots of love. Take care. Bye.